So Malay, they obviously have some pretty good trash. So, if they don't have the middle, they can still do something. And if they do have the middle, they can make bombard towers and castles and crambits and stuff. But specifically bombard towers are quite nice for controlling ground, defending the gold spots on, 1/4 or something so they can get more gold. Whereas
Yeah.
like Persians and Malians and mines don't really have anything that they can do like that. They've only got, guard towers and castles.
Okay. So that's pretty true. And Malay, I believe, won one of the King of the Hippo finals as well. And we see something very special here. Yellow going for the center very, very early on. And that is because if you control the center, you will get 1 wood, 1 food, 1 gold, and 1 stone per second. So controlling the wonder early on gives you a nice advantage here. And let's see, will he get baited by the purple scout? I need to control that center area. And so yellow, although he is behind in villagers, already with a pretty good start here when it comes to resources.
I really like this strategy, but I feel like it would have been smarter to do it with Persians, right? Because you get plus 50 food, plus 50 wood, just to make that start a little bit smoother. Where he has to go all in for the center, building the early barracks, the early houses, the early militia, right? Because he had that barracks up at like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. And we see Persian approach of K the Foodie. He is going for 3 militia and is now going for the center. Don't you think that yellow maybe should have done some more militia here?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, well, because he's getting so much food and so much gold, it basically pays for half a militia, right? I think a militia makes in 25 seconds, and you get 1 food a second, so that's half the cost of the militia, which is, half off is pretty nice.
Okay, true. And now red is contesting this center. So gonna love that compared to other King of the Hippo formats. And red already starting to wall that area as well. Let's take a look. 2 militia still out there. 1 villager running around. And as long as one of those 2 units are alive, we can see the counter of yellow is still going up.
Yeah, he just needs to keep running around while he masses more militia until he can, fight them off. Like, okay, the villagers are going to die. You can send another one. That's fine. You just need to keep a unit alive, and you'll be fine.
Where is his scout? With the 1 llama here. Didn't he have a scout around as well? I'm a bit shocked.
It's up in the north, but near his lumber camp.
That's just sloppy.
Yeah, and now he's lost it.
And we see red now with the monument
I think
control.
It's still worth it for him though. He had it for a solid 7 minutes, so I think he's probably still made a profit considering the wooden food and gold that he spent.
Look at that. Yeah, we are looking at the income and overall. Is that only what he has in the bank? No, I want to see what he gathered. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. He controlled it for over 6 minutes and is just heavily ahead when it comes to gold and stone over everyone. Food even slightly ahead and small wood advantage as well. So that strategy approach of yellow clearly paid off.
Yeah, and I guess if red manages to get these walls up, then he can try to hold it for most of Feudal Age, which will be quite nice. I guess, do you think he's going to go just straight Drush FC? I think it looks like it considering his eco.
Red, you mean?
Yeah, like he's laying a lot of farms and not sending bills to gold yet.
Well, so we have to remember this is the low qualifier and yeah. So strategies might not be super developed and indication of a lot of farms doesn't really have to say fast castle, but I would love the approach for sure. And we didn't really talk about the map. It is Golden Pit. What does that mean?
It's like Gold Rush, but instead of a hill, you've got a pit in the middle with all the gold. It's like I think each player has 2 piles of gold, 1 of 3 and 1 of 2. So it's very, very limited gold at home. And also it's fairly low on stone. I think you only get 2 stones instead of 3.
Oh, let's take a look. 4 and 4. Normally it's 5 and 4, right?
Yeah, so you get a little bit less stone and there's no extra stones anywhere else on the map except for the middle.
Oh yeah. So fighting for that area is pretty nice.
Not to mention the free gold that you get just controlling the wonder. Which is, just extra.
Yeah. And this is a free-for-all tournament, guys. So everyone playing for themselves. And this is a low qualifier. We will have more known players in other qualifiers later on. And I want to answer another question. No idea.
Honestly, I expected somebody to try to do like a scout rush or something to try to take the middle.
Not really happening just yet, at least.
It looks like everyone's just trying to go FC.
Yeah.
Except for possibly Yellow. Yellow might be making archers. Yeah, he doesn't have the food to go up.
Yeah, that looks like Archer with... Maybe he was a bit surprised by the early uptime. Sometimes melee can really shake you off.
Yeah, could be.
In the second lumber camp, not doing anything out of the TC at the moment. Not doing anything in general. Okay, now queuing up some more villagers. And Red still with the beautiful control, and his resources are just skyrocketing, and he is controlling that monument for close to 5 minutes now as well.
Yeah, so it's almost equal, and in theory he's invested less resources than Yellow has, because he didn't send the villager forward for the early barracks. He didn't build all the houses that are there. Like, he did it at like a later time, so it was less of an impact on his economy, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and what this monument also generates is that people are instantly going for the monument, so the timer is set off instantly as well. So games in general are more focused towards the center. It's not really an option to kill an enemy on the outside and then only go for the center, because then the game could already be over.
Could be. There's still 400 years, so that's close to the 35-minute, 40-minute mark, I think. So it's not that much of a time constraint yet. Like, that might become a bit of a worry around 25-30-minute mark, but at this stage, you know, you could still, you know, scout rush somebody just to, you know, lame them.
Okay, Teal going for the big wall approach here, 1655, a solid uptime from him. Still, well, open on a lot of spots, and I don't really see him going for any military. So that will be one of the slower approaches when it comes to the center control. Red, with all the center control, beautiful Castle Age timing as well. He has to be the favorite at the moment.
For sure, but unfortunately he's made a hole in his walls around the middle when he destroyed Yellow's barracks. And his villager is coming back now, okay. Okay, he knows.
Yeah, and Yellow is actually still having some palisade walls there at the right-hand side, so...
I think he built a palisade behind them.
Did he?
Yeah, if you try to build a,
yeah.
fake wall things, there's something behind the gate. And I think that's maybe wallable?
No, that's just the stone area.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, pretty sure. I think it's... If Yellow deletes those two palisades, they could still get in. Okay. So I'd love to see him attack there.
Or, you know, just tell somebody else to attack.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, no, yep. You can definitely get there seeing as Red's attacking.
Oh, and now Purple is going for the center. He already is Castle Age and building a TC there. No military buildings for him. So that will be an eco approach and going for a lot of gold here.
Well, I think that's definitely smart to take the golds in the middle while you have got fairly safe control of it, because later you won't. And, you know, save the home golds for later on when he's, you know, more in need of it. Uh-oh, there's archers.
Yeah, let's take a look at those. And, well, as we said, Yellow could just delete and go inside. Could absolutely be an option for him. The moment he could just snipe the militia first. And what do you think about the approaches of green, blue, and teal? Not going for center control at all on this map has to be a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. Like any sort of gold rush, golden pit style map where all the gold's in the middle, you have to get some sort of a foothold in the middle. Whether it's, you know, the sort of drush to get the monument for the resource bonus, or just TCs like Panda's doing to take the gold. Anything like that is, I think, vital to standing a chance. Because, you know, trash just is not as good as gold units.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's...
Strange watchtower from Yellow. Look how far away that is.
Oh yeah, well, he wants to protect his units from distance, as it seems. Okay, he can click up to Castle Age any second, is still going for the palisade wall, maybe another tower, maybe controlling the gold there as well. Oh, KOTH6 is super low? Okay, then I will increase him. Give me feedback, guys.
I feel like, considering, you know, his melee, he gets up to castle really quickly, I wouldn't be wasting my stone on these towers. I just make TCs there later on. Right, that seems like a much better use of my resources. And also, you know, he should go in there and kill that militia for the resource trickle.
Okay, now it should be increased a bit at least. Give me more feedback. He's good,
Hello,
better.
guys.
Okay.
I know
Okay,
I'm good,
we'll
but
see.
like, how's my voice sounding?
Huh.
Huh.
Okay. Looks good. And oh, the first radar for Dad here again. Porno at the site.
I feel like that's a bit mean, you know, going for the guy with the lowest score. Shouldn't you go for the guy who's in the middle?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe
look,
he'd...
red doing the jukes to dodge the arrow shots.
Ah, in the center, yeah. And finally,
Oh, no.
yellow has back what was once his. And yeah, should be pretty happy with that. Had some investments back at home. Not the greatest boom, playing it with 1 TC, but well, controlling the center monument is roughly worth 12 villagers. So he's still up there and competing at the moment. Highest villager count is for Red, who is booming with 4 TCs here and had the monument for quite some time.
He's actually up to 5 TCs now.
5
6
TCs
TCs.
even? Oh.
2, 4, yeah, he's got 6 TCs. He's going really
6
hard.
TCs? What? But not producing out of 4 of them. Okay, now he queues up a bit more. Eagle balance not the greatest. And at the moment, purple the only one really going for center gold at the moment.
Well, yeah, I guess some of them are going to possibly regret this later on. If he's able to get up to Paladin, hand cannons, scorpions, something like that, and they're all stuck making pikemen, they're going to have some problems.
Yeah, in general, like army compositions, if you don't have gold, well, all of those civs have hussars, or at least strong light cap for the Malians. I think Malians won't perform too well with trash army there. Light cap, elite skirms without the attack, and no halberdiers, yeah.
Like, the pikemen with the extra pierce armor are nice versus, you know, ranged units, but that's not what you want to be attacking with pikemen. You know, you want to be fighting cavalry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't look that good. Like, if it's a pure trash war, obviously melee has to be the winner, I think. But, you know, at least one player is going to have gold at a minimum.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
probably like at least 3 people could have access to some gold while fighting, I think. Like, there's enough space for a couple of people to have TCs around the side.
Heck, green and blue could have TCs in the center completely uncontested. Maybe even
everybody
teal.
could. Teal's got that one that's like on his side. Like, other than those towers, like if he was there before the towers, you know, because he was Castle Age first,
Yeah.
he could have had that gold that's on his side.
At the moment, yellow's macro is slipping quite a bit. 39 villagers there, Smarty at 46. The rest is all in the 70s or higher. So, yeah, some strong booms around him.
Red looks like he's getting ready to go imp. He just needs a little bit more gold.
Let's see who's getting to the market first. Prices are still incredibly good. People actually buying wood, food, and stone. So selling resources is so good at the moment.
Yeah, and Red has like 1,800 wood in the bank. So he should definitely be selling now while the price is still amazing.
Yeah, that's so true. He has the market as well, going for gold mining upgrade, although he only has 2 on gold at the moment. And that's 6. And we're collecting relics. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's really nice.
TDs at the moment, obviously not really important. Castle count overall on the whole map, only 1 for teal here. And it seems like Odette is thinking about going for the center slowly but surely as well.
Yeah, but you know, melee knights fighting versus crossbows and towers, it's not ideal. There's no bloodlines, there's no second armor upgrade. I think she's gonna have a bit of a tough time if she doesn't switch into some other unit choice at this stage.
We see the pikeman tag from her now, and yellow opening more area around the wonder. I'm not sure if that was actually the best choice.
Yeah, well, he's starting to stonewall it up, so I guess that's part of his
Okay.
plan.
Yeah. Oh god, look at purple. He is already banking up 5k gold. He's absolutely going for mad control in the center there.
Ooh, but he's gonna have trouble with these crossbows attacking his villages now.
Let's
And
see,
that tower.
maybe.
And the castle.
And he's doing that TC and will go back for sure. But that's a nice bank for himself. He won't struggle for gold for quite some time.
Problem is though, when you start fighting, you're gonna run through it pretty quickly. Because remember, he hasn't done any upgrades. So like, if he's gonna tech into Paladin, he's gonna spend close to 2k gold on upgrades. And like the initial first wave of a couple of units. So like it looks nice, but I'm not sure how long it's gonna last.
Isn't it a spot where you go for elephants instead of paladins? Simply because you have so much meat there in the center. Look at that, red for example. Already going for war elephants. The real elephants.
Well, I think if you can keep control of the middle, it's definitely a good idea. But especially if like people decide to do the intelligent thing and attack you at home to start to kill your economy, elephants are just too slow to, you know, switch from one side to the other.
Okay. This is part of a tournament. Yes, this tournament is called King of the Hippo. We'll have 8 qualifiers. And go ahead.
Red's also going for scorpions as well, and I assume he's possibly going to add rams at some point. It's like this is a really gold-heavy army, right? Like as soon as he hits imp, he's going to spend basically all of his gold doing elite war elephant. So if he doesn't get control of the middle quickly, and like remember, he hasn't really made any siege yet. They're scorpions; they can't kill buildings. So those castles and towers are going to be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, but he has 143 villagers, 2k gold in the bank. He heavily got gold out of the market as well. Teching for heavy scorpions, has 1 relic in the bank. He will have a sick army, and look at the score. He is leading by quite a margin.
Oh, for sure. And look, green and teal are finally coming into the middle. And they're discovering that there are towers spread out everywhere from yellow.
Yeah. Teal completely shut down. Green still has somewhat of a shot. Control that area. Smarty building another castle. Not looking too bad for her. And, well, gold upgrade update on our purple player. 7k after clicking to Imperial Age. And that looks like paladins indeed.
Yeah, I think for him, doing elephants is definitely a good idea because he has the gold to support it. I'm not sure about the food economy, but he can definitely get the gold out. Whereas red, oh boy, red is getting ready to go.
Yeah, but as I said, not a lot of siege. Has enough resources to click elite war elephant now, building a castle down there. That's somewhat risky, but at the moment he has the army to support it. He's got the army
to defend it.
Yeah.
And I guess he's planning on just using the castle to kill the buildings. Because he's still got 150 years, so he doesn't have to go all in to get the middle yet. So he could just decide to take it slow, slowly clear out purple, and then go in.
What do you recommend him going for? Traps or for rams in this spot?
I would say rams, probably, because it's a much more useful unit. Right, you can use it to tank archers and scorpions and castles and stuff, and you know, it's a lot more mobile. Right, you don't kill one building, then waste time unpacking, going to the next one, unpacking.
Yeah, but like wasting time isn't really an issue. You still have enough time, and with rams you take losses. With with protected traps you don't. So I feel I'd even go for traps. Say again?
Sometimes it's a good idea to lose pop though, because then you get to replace it with other pop, right?
Yeah, but not if you have like limited resources, like in this case. It is tricky. It is tricky.
Well, if you keep throwing these scorpions into the castle, it's not too good. But yellow is kind of doing his job for him with the tread on the other side.
Oh. Next castle of red there, and now the real fight for the center is starting. We have Smarty. Well, she will be off gold pretty soon. Yellow not really getting any of that gold on the outside. but still having a pretty strong economy simply because of the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a strong economy, but his army is piss weak at the moment. He's got, 15, 20 Arbalest versus, 30 scorpions and 30 elephants. Right?
Not really the greatest fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but Purple, we didn't see a lot of him for quite some time, so he should have a big side attack against Red coming, I believe.
It looks like he hasn't started, preparing units. He's waiting for the upgrades before he makes something. All of his stables are idle. His siege workshops are making a couple of rams, which is good. But I don't know, he might be leaving it too late. I think once Red gets into the middle, I don't think anyone else is in a position to really, take him from the middle.
Yeah, feels a bit like it. And as you know, Robo at the regular, if we're down to 100 years, we will spam nearly years in the chat. So that's your time now, guys. Every time we go down to 100 years, it's time to spam nearly years. Thank you so much, guys.
Years.
Because now, if the owner of the monument changes, the countdown will always go up to 100 years again. So last second sniping isn't really an option in this format. You need to hold it for another couple of minutes.
I'm just looking there's nobody who can really stop these elephants. Odette's making helbs, but helbs by themselves don't really stop elephants. Not to mention the scorpions that are behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You need a ton of monks and good micro to try to do something. Or your own elephants, or maybe camels?
Camels aren't great against elephants. I think it has to be mass halberdiers. Hope to maybe catch the scorpions off guard, and
maybe your own scorpions? Malay get scorpions, don't they? I believe so.
Yeah, they have heavy scorpions, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they could try to just do help scorpion. For, a cheaper army composition. And I guess I can always throw in 200 swordsmen for whatever reason.
Yeah, Karambits won't do much this game, I believe.
No, they're just gonna get instant killed by anything.
Yeah, but bomber towers. Yellow is still controlling it at the moment. We're down to 74 years, and Red needs to attack there. Maybe at the same time. Okay, Purple is now going for the center as well.
And Red's coming in with some rams as well. He's just getting hooked up on Purple's stables, but he'll hopefully be here soon. Maybe. And Red needs to delete his palisade wall, so these elephants can just walk into the middle.
Let's see. 65 years now. We both agree there's no chance for Yellow holding it. The question is how we will control it afterwards. Will it be Purple controlling the center, or will it be Red? Red is now moving in. Here, King of the Hippo qualifier number 1.
Yeah, if Red deletes its palisade wall, so the elephants get in there, and the rams come in as well, I don't think anyone's gonna take it off him. Purple's got it, but he's running. He's saying, nope, I can't fight those elephants. I need a GB and try to get some other army.
Not even having all the upgrades. And something we didn't mention yet, we were talking about trash composition. It's obviously Malay. They can build their two-hand swordsmen without investment of gold. So that could be quite a nice factor if we get into the phase where no one really has any real gold excess.
The problem is, though, that any elephants are just going to shred through the two-handed swordsmen. And the scorpions, right? Both of them are infantry killers.
Let's take a look. It feels like bomber towers of our yellow player don't even have ballistics, and that's a deadly army. And that's so much HP in that area. Rams, scorpions, elephants. Everyone needs to go for Red now. Otherwise, he will just win this game in his first go.
Right, and you can't even really attack Red's economy because he's still got enough resources to keep making siege, at least. Right, so he can keep making rams, which are high health, tanky units to just sit in the middle for a little while, plus with the middle resources that he earns. I don't see anyone taking this off him.
Oh man, 80 years and people, there has been very, very little chatting this game, right? Did anyone ever say anything?
Other than the pause at the start, I haven't seen anything at all.
Well, that's pretty rare for those games as well. Normally you're trying to communicate like, let's go for the center, Red has a lot of army there. That's what blue and yellow should communicate now, so that they don't attack each other, but go for the center. Otherwise, 70 years and we have our first winner.
Yep. And as soon as somebody saw that he was making elephants, they should have said, yo, Red has a ton of elephants. Somebody do something about that. Because Nobody's really got the army to fight him at this stage.
So now we have Smarty coming from the side, killing one castle, getting some conversions here at the side. Maybe if she can cut off the reinforcements, Purple can take out all the scorpions, and maybe Blue can go for the elephants. It feels like Foodie is running a bit out of steam at the moment, does not have endless amount of resources, and, well, dwindling units in the center. 58 years left.
Oh, but Teal is raiding Purple with some Gebettos.
That doesn't really help the game at the moment.
And now Purple has to take his paladins back to defend his eco. And oh no, who's gonna kill him if Purple takes away his paladins?
Oh, that's just so bad. Okay, let's take a look. It's still dead streaming in. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's just such a waste. He gets all the paladins back to his base, and the Gebettos died to the TC anyway. Oh no.
Okay, but Foodie now at 160 pop only, and yeah, that's a lot of HP there, but Scorpion numbers down to 5 in the center, so Halberdiers are doing quite some jobs now. If Purple is going for the remaining Scorpions, I think they might be able to do it. 41 years left.
Adet could try to use her trebuchets to snipe the siege, and I think also she just needs to mass her army before she streams it in. Like, it's going in 5 or 10 units at a time. If she can just wait for 30 or 40 and then go, I think she's got a much better chance at getting in there.
Oh, Purple is camping too much for my taste. He has like 50 paladins just one screen away from the center. They need to move in. It's 34 years, guys.
It's getting tense.
Okay, now a lot of rams. There's not a lot of damage output anymore. It's 10 elephants, some scorpions. All those rams are doing 0. And the paladins finally moving in off Purple here. Can they do it? At the moment, it feels like Red is not having enough of reinforcements here. Robo, you might see a switch.
Looks like it. Could be.
Most of the time, if you go for the center... What is Purple doing? Is he retreating here? I don't think that's the right option. Kill the units first, but Red, he is out of it, lost all his stuff.
I think he realizes... Yeah. Is he gonna go kill Red now, just to get revenge? To say, you know, we've taken you out of the middle and now you're not gonna win the game at all?
So sweet. Nice team play there. Kind of everyone except... Well... Teal and Yellow working together there, so nice team play. We had Smarty, Odette, and Purple all trying to get Red of the center. Now he's looking in a really bad spot, investing a lot of resources in that attack.
Look at Red's economy now. All these paladins farming. There's no way he's going to be able to mass up enough elephants to be useful anytime soon.
Yeah, that's such an ugly spot for him. Purple at the same time, he is back on getting gold, producing some halberdiers, and he's controlling the center now, gives him some extra resources. Obviously not that important anymore, but Red is in a world of pain, and Teal, Blue fighting against each other. Purple benefiting from the situation quite nicely.
Yeah, for sure. And I think something that we need to talk about is the only people who have been mining gold for the past 15-20 minutes has been Purple and Blue. Nobody else has really had mining camps. Smarty's had a little bit, but she was fighting with Red. Red had a little bit, but he was fighting with everybody. So I think they're the two players to watch out for at the moment.
Yeah, we see that 15 and 40k for him. The rest all below 8k, and that's just so good for him. And still so many paladins alive, so a lot of gold actually still on the map for him as well.
Yeah, I think he just needs to add in scorpions as well. And, you know, keep making units, and I think he should be in a decent spot.
Let's see, 66 years for him. Now Smarty should slowly go for that control as well. Yellow is going for some backstabbing, is killing some villagers on the woodline. But that's actually good for Purple at the moment, because losing villagers in the back, you said earlier, they can be replaced, and yeah, Red completely out of the game. This looks good for Purple.
Yeah, and Blue's also sort of started to switch out from making mass helbs into 200 swordsmen, which is, I think, really well timed, because those 200 swordsmen are going to do so much better against those halberdiers. Thin out the first wave of helbs, and then send your own helbs in to fight the paladin.
True, and it feels like purple mess up his timing a bit, missing his paladins there in the center. I've only had like 30 of his raiding paladins there in the center as well. It feels like purple might lose this monument as well. Robo, we are having a great first game here.
Oh boy, yeah, we thought it was going to be all over with Red's push, but now it's completely switched around. And if purple isn't careful, those skirms are actually going to kill enough of his economy that after he loses the middle, he can't get back for a time.
Well, we'll see. So, if you had to pick a guy, who's winning this qualifier?
Oh, I don't know anymore. Like, I was so certain it was going to be Red. Now, Odette looks like she's in a really good position. But
what can Odette do against Master Battles? And Teal is on gold now as well. Her army will melt as well.
Well, Melee get fully upgraded Arbalests. So I guess that could be an option. Maybe Onages.
Well, let's see first. Purple is still contesting it. He has 30 years and he still has a lot of meat in the center there, producing quite nicely. Nice positioning by the Gebettos now, cutting off the reinforcements. This is still a tricky one.
Food though. Purple's like all of his farming eco is idle because of these elite skirmishes.
Oh
so
yeah, that's pretty shaky.
He can't make too many more units, and those Gebettos are like perfectly placed to snipe off the helves before they get in.
Oh, but no, Paladins coming in there. It's still 23 years. There's not a lot left, but it might be enough in the end. But now Smarty is joining the party as well. This tricky, roughly 8 units left, but now Rams coming in. They have a lot of HP.
Yeah, but in the middle though, there's only, as you said, eight or so units. If he really wants to try to win this, I think he needs to, send all the villagers in. But that's such an all or nothing move. Because either you win it or you lose because you have no vills left.
Robo, 13 years. I think purple could do this. That's still so many units at the right hand side, and now he is sending indeed the villagers in. Teal is not coming for it. Yellow is not enough, and Paladins are sending it. I believe purple will make it in the end. I just counted them out, but it's now down to single-digit numbers. This has to be purple's game.
Oh, and look, he's still got 20 odd units now. Where's everybody else? Why is no one else fighting?
Oh, red is out of it. Yellow is raiding the home base. Teal lost everything, trying to, group up against blue, and it looks...
Oh, they're calling it. They're calling it. Wow, I did not see that happening. I thought that there was so much army from every other player that they were going to be able to stop him.
Oh, and if it only was for 5 more years, he indeed would have been stopped. Down to 68 pop, complete eco and shambles, but in the end, it is enough for him.
Yeah, and he lost all those villages to skirmishes, basically. Like, we said, oh, there's a couple of skirmishes in the back of his mace, it's not too bad, it'll free some pop space up, but actually, right, he's got like nothing left at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if he hadn't won this here, he was gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Although we said the same about Red, and he was back to pop on the 16 again as well. So what an interesting first qualifier.
Purple had a lot more gold in the bank at that point in time, right? Red had nothing saved up at all.
Yeah,
right.
True.
So even if he does make army now, he's not in the middle, so he can't make much gold army. And
what an intense one for sure. Teal and blue fighting a lot against each other. Probably not the greatest idea when it comes to like both of them giving themselves the best shot of winning the game.
Yeah, for sure. Like Teal's got 30 odd units attacking blue's barracks at the moment at the top of the hill on the right side. Like, imagine if they were in the middle, then maybe something would have happened.
Interesting one for sure. Let's take a look at the achievements. And we see Odette with the most kills, most losses as well. She was fighting quite a bit against Teal, contested the center a lot. Love that. And Red with this one shot. I really want to see the timeline as well. But let's take a look at the gold count here, Robo.
Oh, yeah, that's just insane. Purple just in there with the very first TC he built, constantly mining gold for, I don't know, what is it, 40 minutes or so with, 30 villagers in there. Wow, that pays off.
So sweet. And he didn't really contest the wonder. He was just playing more the map than the actual, monument in the center.
Yeah, he was just taking the golds and just chilling, and then he went in to stop Red when he had to. Before that, he wasn't really fighting, and then saving the gold for when he was making his big push.
Okay, and let's take a look at the timeline as well. We saw Red with so much army, but then everyone was going for it and shut down, and then he could do very little. Purple grew and grew. In the end, we can see there's still some army left for him, and nice game by him.
Oh yeah, he nearly had a chance at getting it.
Yeah, close one for Red. A lot of people said like this army is unstoppable, but that's the beauty.
Oh,
if
we said
people, yeah, that's the beauty if people are teaming up. And Junk Panda 95 will be the first one to qualify for the finals Sunday evening. The winner of that qualifier will get $200. We will have 8 qualifiers overall, and a good start for the tournament.